Yo, what is up, guys? Back at it again with another locals here. I'm losing the roll here, and playing against Fire Kings. I actually play against a lot of Fire Kings today, which is hilarious. I played four rounds and three Fire Kings. I ended up getting repaired with one of the same players, so that was weird. Also that last round didn't get recorded. Didn't really matter. It wasn't the most exciting game, but yeah. So that happens. I only have 3 rounds, and they weren't the best showing. I think I don't know how to really take this locals experience. So there was a case tourney that I was supposed to be going to, and I did not go to that because I was not confident in my list. I didn't feel like I had gotten enough time in. I did get a lot of reps in with the deck the day before the event, so like I got all the reps I needed. It's just I just wasn't. I was breaking a lot. I on 40 card lists. And like 42 card lists with like a good our standard amount of engine. Still playing the pure variant, by the way. And yeah, so that was like really awkward, and I almost I don't know. But what happened is, so I was breaking a lot. I was winning a lot. Like I could scroll over my duel record. It looks fantastic, but I still didn't like the amount of dead hands I was getting, amount of turn skips I was having to give to other players. And so I ended up taking a list that was pretty close to that, with just like throwing a couple techs in for locals. Since it's locals, I feel more confident in like trying to test different things. Today we were playing with one Ice Jade Ran and a Lancia, as I wanted to revisit the Lancia card. I do like it under Blue Ross, and I do like it under Droll as well. So just looking at other options, and then I guess testing like the not so good level 10 synchro like Gamir, because I do think you want to play Gamir when you are playing Ran, because the way we actually establish our level 10 synchros with Gamir is a lot more aggressive than the way you do it with when you don't have the Gamir. When you don't have the Gamir, it's you're building end board pieces. In terms of like when you're actually summoning those level 10 synchros like Chinning. But yeah, so we did. So where this deck seems to really strive, honestly, is just going second. And that is probably the most fun I have playing this game. So going second with water is the most fun thing to do, honestly. Just because it feels like there's always a line and you can always figure it out, unless you get Dweller, and then you're just sad. But yeah, so what does he set up here? He played some Fire King cards. So he opened a call by. Oh yeah, his hand's crazy actually. Okay, this is probably the best he could do. He has Droll in hand. He has a call by set. He has the fire popping quick play spell that targets as many fires as he control and targets as many I control and destroy them. And then so this thing gets destroyed by card effect. It will summon back in the standby phase and destroy all monsters in the field. If this gets destroyed, although this dies by battle, I do not believe it. I think it either searches. It does not summon back to the field though, so it's only by card effect that it will come back and destroy the field. So my hand here, from what I can tell, is also we were testing 2 infantry, which that ended up being and I've been testing that for all week now. 2 infantry has been pretty solid. Really happy with that. But yeah, so we have 2 infantry in our deck, and so our hand, not shocker, is we open an infantry. There's a lot of things to go over that I was trying with this list. So I open infantry, I open Sidra. I don't know if I opened or drew Sidra per turn, but I had Sidra, infantry, Prince, Diva. We were playing Diva. And then there's 2 cards I'm not sure. I think it's a Teus, maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah. So my initial thought here. So while we're looking at the Fire King board, we need to look at what we do know. So we know that he has this guy engraved is level 7, and if that thing gets destroyed, which I think he can also destroy by other means, that I knew in some fashion between his monster effects that he can destroy this card, and when it destroys it summons back and pops. So I know I'm playing against a pop. I'm playing against a standby phase destruction, so even if I clear his board, I'm still gonna have to prepare for this. And I'm dealing with the quick play pop. Now, what I also noticed was that because he opened the Fire King Island, he did not search the continue spell off the baby bird. So since he searched the quick play off the baby bird, I know that this island is 100% free to just annihilate. So opening Sidra infantry here is pretty crazy, because it allows me just to basically force out multiple eruptions from the get-go and just kind of find out what this guy has what he's playing. Like I just want to like see. So I go Sidrus and infantry target island, Sidra target his middle back row to go back to hand. You always kind of want to focus the back row with the Sidra because the back rows are the only cards that's going to stop you from playing. Even though you're blind picking, you still might as well do it. And typically, players will set their best card in the middle slot, which I don't know if you consider him putting the call by to the side the best card, or I look at this, yeah, like I look at Skyburn as the best card to hit here. So what he ends up doing is he ends up call buying my infantry. Which I was shocked when he did that. But I can see why, because he has a Droll's follow-up that I get the one search and then he Drolls it. That makes sense. And then by banishing the infantry, I don't destroy the island, which I would imagine is somewhat important. But the only thing is, the Droll didn't really do a lot here, and this is where a card like Diva becomes crazy. So now he's on no cards, and I don't think he has any more. I don't think he has any quick play effects in his graveyard that he can activate. So I feel like I'm pretty much playing for free at here. And yeah, so Diva's pretty nice because Diva does offer like some flexibility around cards like Droll and cards like Shifter, and just can be kind of a bomb, you know, in a game state where like all the interactions have been cleared, or all the negates have been cleared. Diva coming out just providing 2 bodies on boards is really nice. Let me make sure I did that right. So, oh, I see. What did I do? Oh yeah, I see. So Diva summon squad, and obviously because the prince is dead because I can't search, and this. Oh, I see. I discarded squad from my hand to make monsters level 7, then squad from my deck, summoned Pike, and then I made a rank 7 to summon Dragoons, and then we go for Dweller here. The reason I went for Dweller here was I wasn't totally sure how actually this Big Bird worked. I couldn't tell if it actually activated like when it dies or if it activated in the standby phase of the next turn. And I don't even think it mattered really. Oh, I did a super sexy play though. I went Poseidra, send Prince. I put his field spell and Big Bird back in his hand, and then my Prince revived Poseidra, and I had 5 waters engraved, so I hard summoned Mulan, and then I discarded the cards I put back in his hand. That was disgusting. Yeah, and then we just have lethal from here. So that was a pretty nice just play through, you know, playing through Droll, call by, and like basically like what their deck wants to do. I don't know what he was missing in terms of engine, but yeah, so that was a nice little showing there. But yeah, so we tested a few ratio changes, and honestly, some of them felt fine, like Shrine at 2. Shrine at 2 has been pretty successful. I don't actually think, like, even in the Deep Sea King build, I was starting to lean away from 3 Shrine. I just couldn't like really justify it. But I think even more so now, and in the pure variant for sure, that Shrine is most likely just a 2 of. I don't think 1 is enough. I mean, technically it is. Technically 1 like Poseidra and 1 Shrine is enough. But I don't like that. I think like you should only be playing cards at 1 that only ever need to be activated 1 time, and that are like more so like true bricks. Per se, and I don't think Shrine falls in that category. I think Shrine is a solid extender, and the fact that it also offers the it's the fact that it can be a starter. It's like a legitimate extender, and it also offers grind game. I think that card is just too worth it to play 2 copies at least. 3 though is not necessary, although it's not bad either. And then the other card I was testing ratios on was Sidra. I put Sidra back to 2. Oh my god, no, it was so bad. I wanted to multiple Sidras. I need to go through 3 Sidras, I think like 2 or 3 times this locals, and I think the card's just too crazy. Because the one thing I did notice, well, we'll get into the next game here. All right, back at it. So he's going first. I haven't Droll Imperm. I was told Droll was good against this deck. It was only ever good 1 time, and it wasn't even in the match I recorded. Although Droll would have been good here, I was being a wuss, okay? I was afraid of the Unicorn Banish. I should not have been afraid of the Unicorn Banish. Most people don't even know what to banish from my extra deck anyways, and 1 or 2 banishes isn't going to be the end-all be-all. And then also, if I actually just let this go and then Droll him on the resolution, he doesn't get any of his engine going, so he doesn't get Big Bird. He just gets Birth. and then I droll him, and then he can banish from my extra deck. In worst case, I have the imperm to hit his unicorn, you know, like, so I just don't give him 2 banishes. But then I still have the imperm as a backup, you know, extender, like for whatever else he might have. But yeah, this was really unfortunate. I did not play that correctly. But yeah, so you know, you live and learn. I was just definitely being greedy with the unicorn cards, and I don't, you know, yeah. And so yeah, we main Droll today, and Droll was really weird. I didn't really play against a whole lot of meta, and I played against Blue Eyes and did not open the Droll, so I don't know how it would have been there. Maybe it's better in the side deck, but there are some issues with the Droll. But yeah, so this is his board. We go Sidra. I think that was Sidra Send Dragoons. So it's not like we have a bad hand. Oh, and I drew Droll for turn. So I believe my hand is Shrine, Sidra, Dragoons. Yeah, Shrine, Sidra, Dragoons, Droll. So yeah, we send a Dragoons to summon Sidra, and then Sidra sending infantry, basically doing kind of what I did at the last game. I'm just trying to force out all of his interactions right now. I want to put that continuous spell back in his hand, so that way on the new chain link he can't actually follow up, or he can't protect it with Island. Although I know if he has Afterburner also protects it. I think that's what it's called, Afterburner, the quick play spell that pops. That has a graveyard protection effect, so he could actually protect Island with that card, but he's not here. But yeah, so we're resolving chains here. I think I added Prince off of the Dragoons, and now on the new chain link, he was a little confused on how this actually resolves. I could see that because he has Droll in hand again. Great, this man is a menace. But yeah, so I think the way it would work is infantry target Island, and then in any order, I think you can go like this XC summon on summon effect, and then like Unicorn, and then Chainlink 4 Droll. I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah. So we clear the whole board. Sidra really putting in work against this deck. It's crazy how a 1 Sidra and infantry can actually just demolish this field. But yeah, he's gonna get some floats back. We knew this was coming, and from here we're in a really awkward spot. We have Shrine Prince, all right, and it took me a minute to think about what to do here. Now, so this is the first moment where. No, this isn't where I needed a third Poseidra, so this is fine. But what I could have, so okay, so there's a lot of lines here, right? I lost Trite, by the way. I have no Trite summon off of because he banished it with Unicorn, sorry. And so we're summoning Teus off of the Shrine, and then Prince is summoning back Sidra. Now I'm debating how I want to like deal with this board, and so here's the thing. If I destroy that big bird, he gets to search. If I destroy the other guy, then he gets to I think special from grave. Maybe it's just card effect, and if it's just card effect, then I feel really bad. Let's check. Okay, yeah, so destroy by any means. So this guy right here, destroy by any means, he'll Monster Reborn and pop a card. So really, and then it's like, okay, I can put, I can also make Poseidra, and I can spin these back to his hand, but then what does that accomplish? You know, I guess I still had a, you know what, that might have been the play, maybe. So here's the thing, what I do have here is, I could have made Sidra, XYZ Sidra. I could have sent to, detached to send squad, and then return all 3 of his cards on his field back to his hand, and then squad can summon from my deck, and then I can link off the Sidra and whatever I summon off squad to make Coral, and then discard the last card of my hand to summon back 3, and then I can have, and then I can have a Levy. I can have a Levy Lacia, like Levy add back Prince, Levy add back Prince, and then eventually I go like Lacia, discard Prince. Prince gets sent Hydra, and then it's not bad. It's not bad. It's probably better than what I did. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's what I should have done. I had not cycled through squad yet, and I could have actually made Sidra here, because instead I just made Gaios. I didn't attack anything, and I just passed. I literally put him on. I don't know if you play 2 of those rank 8s. And in hindsight, of course, you placed 2 of those rank 8s, so that was kind of weird. Now, I guess he can... No, yeah. So if we put these back in his hand, then... And he doesn't have Island either, so he actually has to... And he does have this bird. And that's what made this so awkward, is he has this bird. So maybe, like, I leave this on field and put these 2 back? That seems... I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this. This seems very awkward for me. On how to like really play this out. I'd have no Trite, so I don't have that Monster Reborn as well to like seal the deal. Because if I have Trite, I can like make a Dweller, or make like a Bahamut, and then like deal with it that way. But yeah, so I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on how I could have played this out maybe, because those floaters are awkward, man, very awkward. But yeah, so he just goes Big Bird, he just destroys it, but he has no follow up, and so he goes M phase. Or no, he does not go end phase. I think after he does that, I decide, okay, let's either try and draw a bomb hand trap, or let's just try and draw 2 engine cards. Now, the Shrine drew me Pike, so I'm thinking, okay, this card on top of my deck can be just about anything. And then here's where our opponent did make a deck building misplay, where they sided out. We talked about this afterwards. He sided out all of his imperms for talents. Now, I think... Now, why that's... Now you'd think, okay, why does he have no thrust targets going first? Oh, I drew Perulia. Huge. We take that. It's a water, baby. It's a fucking water. But so his other set card is D-Barrier. So that's why he set a card like Talents, because D-Barrier was his only target for thrust. And yeah, so he probably should have kept 1 Imperm in there, and he realized that. And if he does, then he can Imperm the Pike, he can Imperm the Sidra. We add Shrine off the Pike. I feel like either he's gonna stop me or I just win the game. I know every card but his last set. I go Shrine, send Pike to summon Sidra. Sidra send Dragoons or Squad, sorry, to summon to spin back with extra deck card. Squad summons Prince. Prince send Dragoons to add Dragoons, and then Dragoons will add Prince. This will just allow me to make this is basically what I wanted to get last turn, in a sense, like with the Levy rotation off of like all the cards I would generate from Sidra, where I don't really need a lot here. I just need to establish a body. So we do that, make Lacia, and it's like we're fine here. This is where the 3rd Sidra could come up, just because we're out of Shrines now. And so I do Shrine in the draw phase to discard Dragoons and then try and draw a hand trap. I do not. I draw Squad, I'm pretty sure. And then Dragoons search me Minstrels. I'm like out of Sea Serpents. And that's where that 3rd side draw also can come up. Now, yes, the game is technically over at this point, I think. But here's it's technically over at this point. But here's the thing. It's like that third Sidra, it's also a card that can search off the Prince. Like I am definitely like... I'm almost out of cards, and I don't know. I think 3 Sidra is probably the correct way. I felt it multiple times a day where I'm just like I have to like kind of get like really awkward and like kind of meaningless searches because I didn't have like a card that was more interactive. And I think that search the 3 Sidras just come up when you are playing in a more of a grind game, and maybe in the Deep Sea King build it's less important because your deck's maybe a little more Glass Cannon. But I do find that the pure version can be more resilient than Deep Sea King, and so yeah, I would personally like the 3 Sidras. But yeah, so I just normal Minstrel. I make Gamir. I'm like, all right, what are we dealing with here? He goes D-Barrier to negate the effect. Oh, because I just shotgun the Gamir effect for protection. I'm like, sure, like that's whatever. So he negates Synchros, but that's fine. And then we're just getting some waters on board, summoning some bodies, and for no reason, Minstrel Milling, even though I know the last card is Talon set, although I technically do not know the last card in his hand, and I really don't like skipping steps. I'd rather just play it out correctly, just in case. I never know what you might have. And then we just go for lethal at this point, and that is it. So yeah, that was our match. It was a good match. The deck did well. Like game 1 was like not close at all, and then game 2 I did make a couple misplays, and I wasn't punished for it because my deck, I think my cards are a little bit stronger than the fire cards in terms of explosiveness. So I just have, like, my deck has a higher ceiling, but his deck is a lot more resilient, which does make it awkward to close games on Fire Kings, for sure. But then the deck also slowed down really fast there. I feel like once you remove Island, that makes a pretty big difference. So removing Island was pretty big there. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Please let me know what you thought on some of my plays. Any advice where you see is appropriate. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And peace.